From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Friday, February 3rd, 2023.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. Many people who filed their federal income tax returns as soon as possible in late January actually might end up seeing their refund cash by Valentine's Day. Overall, the Internal Revenue Service is anticipating that the agency won't face the horrendous backlogs that it saw in the past 3 years since the pandemic began in 2020. Those who claim the Earned Income Tax Credit should be prepared to wait until at least early March before seeing their tax refunds. The IRS uses this extra time to address potential fraud. Fake returns can be filed to claim the generous EITC. All is not good news, though, on the refund front. Many taxpayers will discover that their refunds are smaller, or they may even owe money now that several pandemic-related tax breaks are gone. The average tax refund was about $3,200 in 2022. That was up 13.8% from the year before. The average refund was nearly $2,800 in 2021. The elimination of the advanced child tax credit and the recovery rebate credit will mean that some taxpayers, according to the IRS, will find their refunds somewhat lower this year. Limited changes in the Earned Income Tax Credit, which were in place on 2021 returns but now revert back to pre-2021 rules, could mean a smaller refund for many households. And what if you haven't done your taxes yet? Well, don't worry. The filing deadline is April 18th this year.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Keith Matheny. You wouldn't know it by the bone-chilling temperatures to end the month and start February, but January was an unusually warm month in Metro Detroit. The National Weather Service says temperatures taken at Metro Airport averaged above freezing for the month, 33.5 degrees Fahrenheit, a whopping 7.7 degrees above long-term average temperatures for the first month of the year. That made last month the sixth warmest January on record, and that's a long record. Temperature data has been kept in Detroit since the 1870s. It was the warmest January since 2006. Detroit's all-time warmest monthly average temperature for January was 36.7 degrees in both 1880 and 1932. Colder than normal temperatures this time of year are typically caused by Arctic air intrusions into Michigan, frigid air from the far north being driven by atmospheric pressure over the Great Lakes. But we had virtually none of those events in January, a meteorologist said. While the warm weather didn't break any records, Detroit did shatter another 125-year-old mark for snowfall on January 25th. The 6.5 inches recorded at the airport well exceeded the previous high of 4 inches on January 25th, 1898.
And now moving on to your Free Press Sports Report. New faces are coming to Bally Sports Detroit. The network, owned by Diamond Sports Group, has hired former MLB players Cameron Maybin and Todd Jones to work Detroit Tigers games on the TV broadcast throughout the 2023 season. Craig Monroe has been elevated as the primary in-game analyst alongside returning play-by-play announcer Matt Shepard. The 45-year-old Monroe, who played 6 of his 9 seasons for the Tigers and competed in the 2006 World Series, joined the talent lineup in 2012. Bally Sports Detroit will air 7 Tigers games in spring training throughout March. Opening day is slated for March 30th against the Rays at Tropicana Field. For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.